you want to know my opinion on what I think, just keep on watching. Hey guys, what's good? It's your girl Nisi here and I'm back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be speaking on Young Philly and his whole drama. So I wanted to first speak on him when everything dropped, but I didn't have this channel then, and I thought I might as well just wait until more news come out. But yeah, starting from like, I want to say like maybe this time last year, he was doing a tour in Australia. So first of all, he's a YouTuber star turned rapper, so he blew up from YouTube, and like there's like a little maybe crew, so you know, like he's in it, Chunks is in it, Nella Rose, it's all like these mini like YouTubers from London that have blown up, and they've gone off and done different things and got different sponsorships, etc. So you know what I mean, I want to say maybe out of the guys there's maybe like 6 of them. I only like really know Philly and Chunks, but you know, because of Chunks I do see them all like doing like different things, you know, like football games and things like that, basketball games, so I see them then. But yeah, I used to watch some of Philly's clips when he used to come like to different cities and just stop like girls and ask them questions, not just girls but guys as well, in the city centre of Market Street in Manchester. He would ask them like questions and stuff, you know what I mean, like would you ever go out with this person, would you ever do like a one night stand, you know, all those weird questions there. So that's how I know of Young Philly, and he just used to do little pranks and stuff. But yeah, they've got millions of subscribers on YouTube, they've blown up, then they got lots of sponsorships, and then he wants to become a rapper and he started like touring and things like that. His songs actually sound alright, you know, some of his songs I've heard are alright. So yeah, quick forward to last year, he was on tour in Australia and he was accused of raping a woman. So they basically took away his passport, he couldn't leave Australia. He's not allowed to post online, and he's pretty much been dropped from everything that he was in. So he had sponsors from like sports, like maybe like Nike, Adidas, the FA, what is it to do with the football? I can't remember. Is it not the FA Cup, but something to do with football? He had that. He had something in like Foot Asylum or JD, one of them sports shop. He had something going on there. He just had different sponsorships, you know, that every basically YouTuber wants. You want all them sponsorships and you just want to be out there. So yeah, he pretty much got dropped from everything. It's given like the whole Johnny Depp and the whole Amber, like, you know, he's saying he's innocent, like he pleaded the other day and he pleaded not guilty. So we're just waiting. But in news this week, or even from last week, a woman's come out and said that he raped her in Magaluf, Spain. So everyone's just like, wait, what? Because it's looking like he is innocent with the one in Australia. Like, even me, I kind of think it's just maybe he brought my girl back to the room. They might have done something, but maybe he brought her back and he was like, you know what, I don't even want to do anything. But her lawyer is saying that there's bruising and there's evidence that something happened. So I don't know, I wasn't there. And then on top of that, when this first dropped, girls that he's done stuff with back in the day have come out and said, you know, he's not a nice guy, blah, 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 blah. It's given like what's happening with Tim Westwood. I've done a video of that because I've had a bad experience with Tim Westwood. I'll put the picture here. Please check it out. But yeah, you know, little clips and stuff have come out and it's like, yeah, this didn't age well. It's so bad that they were calling him the mini P. Diddy. So, you know, the whole stuff last year when it came out about P. Diddy, then his stuff came out. So everyone was literally just like giving him the side eye, like, what is going on? So Chunks is like his bestie, right-hand man. They've got like a whole broadcast together. So people like, Chunks, like, what do you think? You need to speak out for legal reasons. Chunks can't speak out. I think it's good. He's helping his mom, I've heard, because they've literally like frozen everything to do with Young Philly. And again, he's got no sponsorships. This guy could be bad with money. He could be like living paycheck to paycheck. If he's got no savings, you know, his mum's like his manager. His mum, like, you know, is always there with him. But now everything's been frozen. He's been dropped. His mum's just kind of like high and dry. I think she used to work in like Poundland or the Pound Shop, and she quit her job because people would see his mum and be like, oh, Young Philly, your son. They do look alike. So yeah, his mum was like, you know what I mean, became his ride or die, and now he's pretty much lost everything. It's like, but I know when he first blew and made money, he bought his mum a gaff, and it's just thank God, because at least she doesn't have to worry about rent and stuff and that. But yeah, apparently Chunks and his friends have been looking after her, but they literally just can't speak on his behalf. I'm sorry. God forbid if this ever happened to me, I need my best friends, the people that I ride with, I need them to speak up, because it does look very suspect that they've not said anything. But yeah, let's get into some people's reactions.
So as I'm reading this, I see, oh, it's nice, taking care of Marge, pays the bills, everything. Just look at the last part, please. A source claimed Chunks had... Fuck. Why do all of this, pay the bills, everything, for you now to add that? Why is Chunks cheating a 59-year-old? Do you understand? I don't even know how old she is, just assuming, do you know what I'm saying? But why? While her son is in prison, you decide to say something like that. Why? What was the need? You might as well have said he cheated a minor. That's what you might have said. You might as well have said that. I'm not even... That and that is on par. It's on the same level.
Oh, so young Philly has been accused of rape yet again? What the? I thought one's eyes were deceiving me. They were not deceiving me. It is happening again. Again. These fresh allegations come from a young British woman alleged to be in her 20s. However, the news reports that the incident took place in Magaluf, where young Philly did his show last summer. News goes on to say that the incident took place when the young woman bumped into young Philly at a nightclub a few hours after the show. I think it's important to add, so I don't miss out any details, that the woman alleges that this incident took place after she had consensual extracurricular activities with young Philly's friend, once they were alone. The alleged victim then reported it when she was back in the UK to the UK police. The UK police then reported it to their Spanish counterparts. Now, as we all know, young Philly is still in Australia. He's on bond until June, because he just pled not guilty 2 weeks ago because of his current court case that is similar to these fresh allegations. Stay with me here, guys. Stay with me. I know it's confusing. Spanish police have now had to report it to their Australian counterparts. So where do we go from here? I don't actually know. Like, what does this mean for him? Will this be dealt with at the same time? Will this be dealt with after this one? Will he be able to claw his career back? I mean, it was already at a stretch. And I think he's done.
What's actually happening with young Philly? Because I've just come across that he's actually been accused of raping a tourist in Magaluf. I'm not here to say if he's innocent or not innocent. Trust and believe. I don't know anything that's going on over there. But it's just like with him, it's like one thing after the next. He had the first rape incident that he's been accused of. Then it was the speeding ticket. Now this again. Is there going to be more stuff to allegedly come out regarding young Philly? Like, it's actually mental. It's actually mental. Guys, in this life, just... I don't even know what piece of advice to give regarding this, because just keep your hands and feet to yourself. Just keep your hands and feet to yourself. It's best to keep your hands and feet to yourself.
I've just heard the news about young Philly, and all I want to say is this: whether he's innocent or guilty, none of this would have happened if he had a wife. His age mate went and got married. Go and marry. All you men over the age of 27, settle down. You're going to a nightclub, you're picking up girls, you're taking them back to your hotel room. If they don't ask for money or ransom and stuff and you don't pay up, they frame you. I know someone personally who was framed in Dubai. He was doing big man, took 3 or 4 girls back to his hotel rooms. They framed him. They went downstairs to the lobby and said that he abused them when he didn't. And they asked him for $5,000. If he wasn't going to drop the $5,000, they were going to go down and do it. And he didn't drop the $5,000, and they went down and they said that he abused them. The point I'm trying to make is Philly most probably is innocent in the situation because he can get any girl. It's just my stance, especially all these thirsty girls that go to the nightclubs and stuff. He can get any of them. A little bit of clout and girls will follow him in. I'm not saying he did it. I don't think he did it. But what I'm saying is this. If he had a wife and he settled down, like his Chunks friend and his Darko and all these other friends that they're in this, I don't know the names because it's way above my age grade. Settle down. Go and find a wife. I'm not saying rush and have kids, but settle down. You guys over the age of 27, you have no business to be picking up girls. You will get framed. And the thing with image is it takes 20 years to build up your image, and it takes 20 seconds to completely obliterate it. And I just hope for his own sake that he continues to have a career after this.
Yes, yeah, she made some good points. Even if not marriage, because it is still a bit young to get married, but even if he just had a girl and just settled down, obviously Chunks is more reserved and stuff because he is a Muslim, and a lot of guys in the group are Muslims, so that's why they're more, you know what I mean, they're just not out here wilding, you know, they're from the smoking to the drinking to, I just feel like with young Philly, you know, when you've never got that much attention before, now he's got it, girls throwing themselves, he's just going mad with it, you know what I mean, like, content, you know what I mean, hold yourself, and yeah, you just can't trust everyone. You know what I mean? If it's true or not, you know what I mean? People again have come out and said this happened back in the day when obviously he's more popping now, and people have come out saying he's done this to me and da 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 da. So I don't know, but I definitely agree with her. Like, look at your friends, you know what I mean? No offense, we'll never hear anything like this of Chunks or the others because they're just not like this, you know what I mean? They are more respectable to women and things like that. While young Philly's like, oh, I don't care, da 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 da. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, she made some good points though.
The young Philly accusations, because that kind of
If he was an athlete, he could skate.
Why do you think if he's an athlete, he could skate?
Kobe. But if he was a, let's be honest. But the thing about being a content creator is that your job is PR.
Yeah.
Like you need the people.
He's just my intrusive thoughts. No, he pods too. He has.
This is why, and academics said this, it's better to be liked than to be right. On the internet.
I don't think I agree with that.
Because think of it. If this was Drewski, no one's believing it. Same situation, everything, just because everyone likes Drewski. Some people kind of already didn't really like Philly.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Your public perception matters in moments like this. If it was Chunks, no one would believe it at all. Not even, nobody would believe
It's also
fewer people would.
Way fewer
people. Yeah,
95% fewer people would believe it. If this was academics, people would be like, yo, lock him up today.
Facts.
Same situation.
Get out of here!
Ooh, clock that. I agree. Listen, if he was someone else, I agree. If he was like a sport athlete, like, do you remember the madness with Tiger Woods? Like, when you're the favorite, you can get away with stuff. But the way he just dropped Kobe, I was like, rest in peace. But again, he told no lies. And that's one of the main reasons why Kobe and his parents, like, they stopped having a relationship. They wasn't a big fan of his wife. And obviously, you know, there's an age difference between them. But Kobe was everyone's favorite, innit? Rest in peace. But yeah, I agree with him, you know, like he said, if it was the DJ academics, they'd be like, yeah, throw away the key. So it's true when you're really liked, because even before this, young Philly, people are like that. But everyone loves Chunks. I love Chunks, you know, Nella Rose. Like, even though it's like a mini crew of them, everyone has their favorite. We all love Chunks. So if this was Chunks, they'd be like, nah, he would never, like, he doesn't need to do this. Chunks is our guy, you know what I mean? He's down to, you know what I mean? He's a religious man, God-fearing, you know what I mean? So I definitely agree what he was saying. If this was Chunks, we'd be like, nah. Even though he said some people might be, nah. If this was Chunks, I'd be so disappointed. Like, you know what I mean? Chunks is forever getting called out. If he does one thing wrong, even when he was trying to do his music, he had to stop because it was conflicting with his religion. So he had to pick one, and guess what? He picked the right way. He picked his religion. I'm like, oh, that's right. But yeah, it's true. From when the person's not really liked, it's easy for this to just like go. Johnny Depp, from the beginning, I knew Johnny Depp was telling the truth, and then it came out with all the proof that he was telling the truth. You know what I mean? So with young Philly, because he's not really liked and he's a bit funny, so...
These are three things that every guy can learn from this young Philly situation. Now, for those that don't already know, young Philly was accused of SA, you know what I'm saying, and he got 4 counts of rape charges. Now, the first one is lust will always be your biggest downfall if you don't know how to control it. Obviously, Philly had this girl back at his hotel after his performance, you know what I'm saying. So obviously, he was ready to pump and dump her. Obviously, he doesn't know this girl, you know what I'm saying. So a lot of these famous people, that's what they do. They pump and dump these girls. But stuff like this happens when you can't control your lust, you know what I'm saying. It's peak, man. Instead of Philly to be settling down, you know what I'm saying, trying to find a good woman by his side because he's famous, successful, to avoid scenarios like this in the future, he decides to just pump and dump like girls after his performances. Now, the second one is that your actions can determine the self-image of the people you hang around with. Me personally, I wonder what's going to happen to Chunks now. Chunks is Philly's, he's like his right-hand man. The podcast that they have together, Chunks and Philly, their friendship, everything, their families. How's that going to affect them? All because of Philly's actions, Obviously, Philly hasn't been proven guilty yet, but this is just in a hypothetical manner. Let's say if it's true, obviously his actions have disrupted his friends and family's reputation. So yeah, man, always remember that actions have consequences, And in this case, Philly's self-image, Chunk's self-images, it's not looking too good right now, do you know what I'm saying? But, I'm sure Chunks can recover from this. And the last one is be careful who you sleep with. Obviously, someone like Philly, who's a successful man, if I was him, I would have made sure that there was cameras everywhere in that room. Have your phone recording the whole situation so that you can avoid trouble in court and all of these things. Because these things always happen to successful and famous people when they make it. A lot of girls, they'll try and, do anything to steal money from these creators. So they'll make up fake allegations to try and disrupt the person's self-image and career. Obviously, in this case, Philly hasn't been proven guilty yet, so we don't know if it's fake or not. But yeah, man, it just happens all the time. So yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Again, I agree with him, giving his little advice for the youngest coming behind. Like, please, if anything from this video, young men, guys, please learn from my man's mistakes. Let's just say he was just wild with it. He was liquored and he just wanted to have a one-night stand. Like, please learn to stop doing this. You know what I mean? Just stop doing with these girls, especially when you're on top. Like, they ain't got nothing to lose, but you've got everything to lose. You know what I mean? Especially with YouTube, you're on YouTube for so many years, building up your career. Then, you know what I mean, you become bigger than YouTube, and then you're on TV and you're on different like networks, and then you just lose it like that. Like, man was on tour. Like, this is crazy.
Well, it's about fucking time. Can't be just me who has been sat here on the edge of my seat waiting for some kind of update in regards to this case. Now, you will all remember back in September 2024 when it was announced the arrest of young Philly, and the charges were horrendous. He was bailed and told that he had to remain within the country until this case was dealt with. Now, the first update we have had in about 3 months is that he's gone to court recently, put in a not guilty plea for 8 counts of SA and 3 counts of assault. So it's obvious that he is choosing to fight it, right? And I'll be honest with you, it is looking like ain't nobody gonna have no answers for any of this till at least June, right? But I want to utilize this situation to try and talk to the young men of today and the importance of how you treat people as you navigate through life. The moment this news broke, every person who had had a bad or negative experience with this man came forward and posted their opinions, and rightfully so. It is their experience. They have every right to talk about it. But all of those negative experiences collectively will sway a judge, will sway a jury. It will matter when it comes to character references, etc. Right? Do not be that creepy, lechy guy that everybody is unsure about. If you are a man in 2024, make sure you offer up nothing other than safety and fucking security. I can't lie, I'm dying to hear how this turns out. This is like Amber Heard and Johnny Depp all over again. Just a whole different case.
You know what I've realised? You lot didn't cancel Dutch because you thought what he done was morally incorrect. You cancelled Dutch because he was a threat to a lot of you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why so many of you artists was talking when it was him. So many of you was talking on your podcast, making memes. Every space was to talk about Dutch and Dutch being cancelled and not being able to appear on the music scene in England or any scene again, right? But now it's Philly. Oh, nobody wants to speak. Oh, it's a pending case. Could have potentially been a pending case, including a child, when it came to Dutch. You lot was quick to talk. You was quick to talk, even though he's been found innocent. No evidence. There was no evidence factoring in that case. You lot wasn't quick to talk about that. But you don't have the same moral ground when it comes to young Philly. Morally, you need to wait until the judge says. So we already know that grape is one of the hardest cases to convict. So what if the judge says no? What then? You don't hold the same morals, and that is because you don't see Philly as a threat as opposed to you saw Dutch as a threat. And that is just my personal opinion. No, I don't like the man. No, I don't have any connections to the man or anything of the sort. I just personally watched how everybody was quick to speak on it because it was something that we need to speak on as nations. That's what I heard you say, one of you say, when I saw the resurfaced clip come up. So why are we not speaking in the nations and the numbers when it comes to young Philly? Why is all you people of influence got your mouth shut? I just want to know. Because if it's based on morals, we should be talking. It don't matter what case is there. It didn't matter what case was there or could have been there, shoulda, woulda, coulda when it was Dutch. So why does it matter when it comes to young Philly? Because you lot do not see that him as a threat. That's it. And that's just my personal opinion. Feet, Milika Sleepy Dog. Yeah.
Woo, guys, did she lie? Not her bringing up Dutch Valley. It's so true. And that goes off that other video where they said it depends on the person. Like, people were hating on Dutch before like he even came. Like, Dutch Valley was meant to be that. Like, I feel like where Central C is now, not to take anything away from him, that should be Dutch Valley. Like, Dutch Valley was meant to blow up out the UK, crossover, do the whole collab and all that. But yeah, people are riding hard for young Philip, but Dutch Felle, he was just written off. It's true, but with Dutch Felle, it's because the girl was so young and it was those creepy ass voice notes. Recently, he's come out and said it was all a lie. It was like his manager's son trying to extort him and was messing with his Instagram account. Again, who knows? This guy's been dropping music. He is super talented, Dutch Felle. It was a big voice, his flow, bars. But yeah, it was those voice notes for me. Those voice notes were too creepy, and his career's never been the same again. But before his career did mash up, he was doing bare features, and yeah, he was killing like the grime scene. But yeah, again, she told no lies. Like, she made some really good points in there. Just like that other video. If you're liked, if you're an athlete and you're that guy, you might have a career again. Just like Jonathan Majors, we like him. You know, he's fresh on the board. Like, we like him. He's in what do you call it with Michael B. Jordan? I have to put the picture here, I can't remember right now. But, you know, we like him. What's that film? The Harder They Fall. That's one of my favourite films with him in. And he's a good actor. And, yeah, his body be bodying. But, yeah, it depends if you liked. If no one falls with you, like a DG Academics, then, yeah, it's a wrap.
When young Philly was accused of what he was accused of in Australia, I said that wasn't the first time he did it, because there's no way you went all the way to Australia and did such a depraved attack on a woman and that was the first time you did it. There's no way. He's been doing this. And oh look, here he is being charged or accused of the same thing in Magaluf. I wonder how many more people are going to come forward and say that young Philly was pushy or pushed too far, did things. Maybe that's why all of his friends stayed quiet, because I feel like a lot of them was aware of his behaviours.
So now that Philly has been accused of R-wording a British tourist in Magaluf, Jagaluf, as well as an Australian woman in Perth, yeah, everyone has been saying like, yo, why Chunks not chatting about this? Why are Philly's friends not talking about this? Why the Beta Squad not talking about this? Now look, why would they talk about this? What does that do, them talking on this situation? Like, if they give their opinions on it, people are going to troll them. People are going to say a bunch of different things. People are not going to take their opinions seriously. You're going to have people saying negative shit in the comments regardless, right? But does this mean that Philly's relationship with the Beta Squad, with all of his content creating friends, is over? I think so. You can't be working with an alleged R-worder. Like, brands don't want to take you on. People don't even take you seriously if you're hanging out with them. But look, we don't know what's happening behind closed doors. They may be chatting. They may be supporting him. Who knows, bro? Who knows what's actually going on behind closed doors? But I feel like, yo, it's a sad situation to see that the majority of his friends are probably not going to be hanging out with him anymore. But look, we don't know at the end of the day. We just have to wait and see what happens. If I get any updates on the situation, I'll be updating you guys. Make sure that you follow me for more updates. We're out.
Okay, guys, so let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe that young Philly may be innocent? And what you think about these new allegations? And yeah, I can't wait for his trial. It's weird. It's going to be P. Diddy's in May and his in June. So it's literally like back to back. Please like, comment, and subscribe and share this video. Stay safe and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.